What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle. It's time for us to check out Empires Apart, which is a new game that's being worked on that's trying to scratch your Age of Empires itch. So if you're anything like me, you grew up during that time period where Red Alert roamed the earth and Age of Empires 2 was absolutely killing it. You probably played a lot of rounds. I played a lot. I can remember to this day spending so many hours playing Age of Empires 2 as Japan that my parents would be like, yo, the computer's off limits for the next week or whatever. And so anytime I see a game coming out that's sort of trying to scratch that itch, I guess that's just going to be the phrase that I repeat over and over and over again today. I've always got one for every single video. I've always got one. Empires Apart might be that game. And so as of right now, with the single player that's implemented, we've got skirmish mode and we've got survival mode. Survival mode is quite a bit like They Are Billions, where you build a city and the enemy just spams attackers at you every now and again, and you've got to keep your fortress going for as long as possible. Skirmish mode is basically the classic skirmish mode that you've had in every other RTS. It's there to practice and get stuff done. I haven't played the game a ton. I already recorded an episode on this, but I felt like my performance was poor enough that it didn't really do the game justice, so I decided to re-record the episode now that I know what I know, so that we can do a little bit better this time. Like, we might not win, but we're going to do a little bit better. So let's go with skirmish mode for right now. In skirmish mode, we've got our AI opponent right there. I don't know who's going to be playing them, what faction they're going to be, or anything like that. However, I feel like this should give us a really good guess as to what the game is like. Aside from that, we'll probably do another episode after this where we play the survival mode. It'll kind of depend on whether or not we win or whatever. Yeah, PopCap 300. I'm a fan of big battles. The more units we can have, the happier I am. I love games that have giant unit counts where you can just have all kinds of like Sins of a Solar Empire. Oh, such a good RTS. When are we getting a sequel? When are we going to get a remake of Sins of the Solar Empire, man? Game was so dope. That's another one of my favorite RTSs. If you've never checked it out, I highly recommend it. I don't know what team we're going to be on. Do we get to pick what team we're going to be on? Ah, there we go. So we have the Byzantines, defensive civilization, well-rounded, strong infantry that disrupts enemy units, great cavalry, and a good economy. The French, defensive civilization, formidable cavalry that can charge, great economy, technology, and siege weapons. We have the Aztecs, aggressive civilization with units that evolve through combat instead of technology. Warriors can capture enemy prisoners. We have China, an ancient, advanced civilization, high focus on technology and crossbowmen. Warrior monks can heal nearby units. Engineers can lay down minefields. Well, you said the magic word, which was minefield. Apparently, our ruler is Zheng Lang, the governor and brilliant strategist, enhances the effect of overseer and can summon a personal guard of Chunoku. I don't know what a Chunoku is, but it sounds like they probably have nunchucks in it. They're going to whack the shit out of people, so I'm okay with it. Let's go ahead and we'll go with him. And let's start the game on off. There is no pause button in this game, so I'm going to do my best to keep my commentary flowing while at the same time not playing like a complete and total idiot. But I'm going to do the best that I can here. So we are in the scorching desert. We have started out. We have a scout over here. I'm going to send him around to do his thing. We have some workers. You guys go murder some sheep. This game is actually, you're really going to recognize a lot of the mechanics in this game. There we go. Send the sheep over there. The more sheep I can capture, the better. Sheep are kind of an early game resource that you can use to get tons of food for your workers. We need more villagers. So let's go ahead and mash together a bunch of those. They don't take any kind of upkeep after you design them or after you build them. So it's not that big of a deal if we get a little bit low on food right now. I think we've got enough sheep to make this work. It looks like we've been situated in the top left corner, or at least the top corner of the map. That's a very advantageous position. I like it a lot. We got a new worker right there. We're going to get her started on wood right away. We've got some cactuses down here. Looks like we've got some stones. We've got a very, very nice wood field right here. When I was playing in survival mode, my wood was super far away, and so I had no way to get wood, unfortunately. Giggity, giggity, goo. I was having those late life problems, man. My base needed Viagra or something. It was ugly. You guys get out here and start chopping away at trees. Each tree should supply us with a decent amount of wood. I don't think the enemy's going to be probing very soon. I don't know, though. I really don't know the AI behavior. Like, I don't know how on my A game I need to be right now to avoid, like, an upset, but I don't know. Let's ride around and look for the enemy for right now. We have a whole bunch of people chopping wood. That's a good thing. We need that really badly because up at the top of the screen, we've got basic military development and we've got basic economic development are going to be our two choices. I don't know what that is. What is that? I guess I can't loot that. I don't know if it was going to be like Civ, where there would be things on the ground that I could loot or pick up, as I ride around to kind of encourage rushing and scouting the map. That's one of my favorite features of Civ, actually. I love how in the beginning of the Civ game, you get to run around and try to land grab as much as you can. After that, I tend to get kind of bored because the AI does predictable things and, like, you know what it's going to do. But in that first little stage, ooh, there's a boar right there, too. Get that sheep. Get that sheep. There we go. Got the sheepies. Oh, you can also use your sheep to scout, by the way. Like, you can command your sheep. Delta Force sheep, go! We are Oster Mike on engagement with the tangos. Sometimes I like to strap 50 cals to my sheep and just have them go to town. Like, they don't aim very well. It's kind of like having an orc army in Warhammer 40k, but you figure with enough bullet density, they'll hit something. That's the ultimate goal that you're shooting for. I have a builder right here. Ooh, I wonder, ooh, I wonder, ooh. Let's do a Feng Wu. And so we'll build a Feng Wu right there. That's going to increase our population cap, which we are almost tapped out on. One more villager, and we will be officially tapped out. I will more than likely send these guys to this forest rather than this forest because there's a chance the enemy could come through and try to kill our workers right there, whereas from this location, it's going to be a bit more complicated than I would expect the AI to be able to deal with. Give me another Feng Wu right there. Yep, just some nice row housing. Let's keep that going. I got a second builder right here. What I'd like from you is for you to build a farm, and we're going to put it right there. Farms are pretty good. There is variation in the building design, so that your cities look a little bit different as you're going through the game. I think that's fabtabulous. Nobody wants to have a city that looks like a bunch of the same buildings all over the place. I've got a barracks right here. Yeah, go ahead and build me a barracks right there. We're going to use this as kind of a faux wall for right now, but we're going to build a wall down this way, and we're probably going to wall off these trees right here too. So if we go like over to here, like if we just do a wall from there to there and a wall to there, and then we'll go a wall to there, and then we'll try to find, it looks like there's a gap right there where I could get a wall in. I think that's what we'll do. We're going to try and use the environment to our advantage so that we don't end up wasting a whole bunch of resources. You guys go get to work on those trees over there. We've got one swordsman hanging out. We still have a really good food supply, so I'm not very concerned about that aspect. I'm going to need at least 3 more farmers. What I'd like to do is get 4 little farm plots in here about as soon as possible. We're also going to want to start military development. It's going to cost us some money, and it's going to cost us a little bit of food, but I think it's a really good idea. I think it's a fantastic idea to make sure that our economy is a-booming before things get a little bit more rowdy than I want to deal with. I also want to make sure the farming areas are all nice and sequestered. We'll put another building right there, and our first guy is a Zanshi. He is a warrior, a basic infantry unit. Go ahead and mash out, like, just 3 of those. Not too many. I don't think we're going to need a ton, but I would like to have more. Aside from that, we've got a palisade wall, and we've got an outpost. We've got a stockage, which is used to deposit resources. I would say to put that right there so that the people that are chopping on trees over here can get it back a little bit faster. There's our first swordsman right there, all ready to go. A conscript of sorts, if you wish. I don't think we're going to need another stockage anytime soon, so let's just go with the Zhang Wu. That guy's going to ride on in, and he's going to get took out immediately. So it looks like it's a China on China game, as far as I can tell. I don't know 100%, but it looks like a China on China action type of game. Let's go ahead and have you right there. I've got 1 extra villager right there. Oh, no, that's a soldier. Okay, so keep a soldier over here. We'll kind of make a blockade. Now that we know that the AI is going to come from this direction, we know where to start with our shenanigans. We know where to start with our bullshit. You come over here and get that done. You guys are doing pretty well on food, although I am of the opinion that it's possible we may not need to be harvesting sheep for too much longer. They are bringing back small amounts of wood, but it's not going to be enough. Let's go ahead and do that right there. Put a couple swordsmen on that side. If we get attacked by infantry or cavalry or anything like that, they'll kind of be here. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. He's going to already be there to take care of business. My next thought is that we need to continue expanding our workers out. I don't think we're getting wood fast enough. We're getting wood at an okay rate, but I think that we've got a bottleneck in our overall production. I'd like to take care of that now rather than later. Set a rally flag over to that side so that villagers are like moved away from all the other people that are doing their thing. And one by one, we'll step them on in. When we hit 400 food, we're going to go with basic military development. That's going to get us to cavalrymen and bowmen, I think. I think the Chinese develop a little bit differently. The only army I've played so far is I think I played around with the Byzantines, and I've played around with another faction or two. That dude's just going to try and run on us, huh? You can also garrison your units. I think he's just scouting. I think he's just looking around trying to find our base. Yeah, go ahead and fight him if you can. I mean, if you can catch him and kill him, by all means, do what you got to do. But I think he's just scouting. I don't think he's actually trying to do anything. Oh, maybe he is. I don't know. Keep shooting him with arrows, I guess. There you go. He's down. We took care of it. You guys kind of center up over here, I guess. You can garrison people inside the town center if you need to. Let's go ahead and start basic military development. It's going to be 40 seconds till that arrives, but it should give us access to spearmen as well, which makes it so we don't have to spend money to get soldiers anymore in the beginning of the game. We can kind of just dogpile and make a whole bunch of spearmen, and life will be good. I've got an extra worker over here. I think what I'd like to do is let's keep these Fong Woos busted out. Like, we're getting wood at a reasonably solid rate right now. I'm going to have you guys just hold your ground for a minute. Hold your ground. Don't engage. Like, I will tell you when I need you to do something. If he starts attacking civilians or anything like that, that's when we'll start worrying about it. And in fact, I think that since they're being so aggressive about scouting, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I think I'm going to get in there. Wood is good to go, so we can go for economic development. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to focus on my tech tree early. I don't know if that's a good idea. This is one of those games that I've only put about an hour or two into, so I really haven't derived what the best tech order and stuff like that is yet, but I am working on it. My guess is that they're down here. If I had to take a stab at it. Yeah, there they are. So we're actually up against, we're not up against the Chinese. We just have the same horse unit that they have. It looks like we're up against maybe France. Possibly. I don't know, but they're already way ahead of us. So that's bad. That's real, real bad. The AI is pretty good at this game. That's one of those things you're going to learn the hard way if you don't learn it fast at all. Technological development is giving me Chongqing Bings. I guess I will take, like... Yeah, just get those produced. We'll go ahead and get a very diverse attack force before we go any further into the game. From there, as soon as these guys are done with this sheep, I'm going to use the wood that we have to continue expanding out our farmland, and then I'm going to start focusing on some walls. It looks like they've got the jump on us in terms of... They have an archery range, which I don't have. So I'm thinking maybe they did a better job than I did at getting myself set up here. I have all of these guys over here. Let's go ahead, and we've got our Chongqing Bings. We've got a generic wall gate. What other things did we get from that last go? We've got an archery range, a stable, and a blacksmith. Okay, sounds good. We've also got a temple. We've got a port. We've got a market, and we've got farms. Go ahead and get me farmed up. I want to make sure that food stays nice and solid. So you guys go over to there, and then you go over there, and you, sir, continue with the construction. Let's go ahead and get a temple in here somewhere. The enemy has things that I don't have, and that makes me feel nervous. So we'll get a temple started. I do have spearmen down here right now, which is a good thing. They're going to be very, very weak to archers, though. And if the enemy is focusing on archers, we're going to have to find a way to deal with that. But we do have a nice little garrison for defending ourselves right now. Once that's done, so he's going to be building that for a hot minute. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to get 2 more workers so that we can bang things out a little bit faster. I'm going to see what the monks have to offer. I'm interested in that unit. I want to find out. I very much like Shaolin monks and stuff like that. So if they give me a Shaolin monk, I'm going to be like, oh! We get to be all up in people's shit. We're going to put blades on ropes and, like, dance with them and stuff. Oh, it's going to be so legit. It's going to be so legit. So we've got enough wood right now to where production is not ceasing. That's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. Let's go ahead and put in our archery range then. You 3, get to work. Get that mashed out about as fast as you can. So for the Shaolin He Shang, collects relics, a powerful warrior can dodge incoming attacks and heal units that are nearby. Hell yeah. Put that dude inside my garrison for the inevitable attack. That's what I want to have right there. That's the stuff. Woodworkers are doing their thing, so we got that flowing. Over on this side, we have New Shao, which are crossbowmen. We need to figure out a way to make money, and my thought is that maybe we do that through the application of a market. We don't have the resources that we need right now, but we may be able to sell resources there. It looks like we're a little bit stacked up on food, and so that might be a very legitimate option if we have to do it. I think I'll wall this off right here and just hope the enemy can't get through once they're done. So you guys come down here. And actually, do we have the stuff for the market right now? Where's the market at? Doop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop. Market. There we go. We'll make a market stall over on this side. I don't know how this is going to affect things, but we definitely need to figure out a way to make money. We've got a gold mine right there, which makes me think that maybe I should be expanding my workforce to get that done. Let's go ahead and we'll spend some food on a few more villagers. We'll send them off to the little center square right here that I'm going to be building. My town's going to go like in a circle. It's going to be very organized. You guys need to start re-sowing. Thank you. If it has that little flag right there, that means you got to re-sow. You can enable automatic reseeding right there if you don't feel like dealing with it. But that's one of those things that I found a little bit late when I first started. You guys put a stockpile right there. And then you guys start farming gold. As much gold as you can get together. You guys are now a part of the gold mining group. I'd prefer to get these stones inside of my territory if I can make that happen. It might be a good idea to run a raid on the enemy, but I just don't know what the AI does in this game. Like, I don't know what their patterns are, and I don't know what they focus on. And so that's the part that's got me a little bit nervous. So instead, I'm going to focus on... This is where they've been coming through right here. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to put in a stone wall on this side. I don't know how big the gate is. I think... Oh, the monk sits there all badass in meditation. I love that. That's so sick. I love that so much. All right, you, sir, continue to add more things to the list of stuff you're supposed to be doing. How do I rotate this? I don't see any way to rotate the gate, so I'm a little bit convinced that maybe it's got to have the walls on both sides of it. Worst case scenario is we'll wall this off completely and we'll just have one area that's defended. It's inconvenient, but, like, I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I've tried pretty much every combination of keys I possibly can to make this work. The only issue is the spacing. Like, I don't know how wide the wall section is right there. It looks like it's 4. And so we're going to need 4 to make this work. 1, 2, 3, and we need a 4 gap right there. Yep, go ahead and get that in there and make sure that they can't get past on that side. So there's our first defensive wall that's been taken care of. This dude is riding around. He's not really bothering anybody, and that leads me to believe that that's okay. Like, I'm not going to freak out about it. I still feel like wood is our weak point, so I'm going to add a few more people to wood production. He's now attacking my building. You little rat. You little bastard. How could you? The armies of the Chinese Imperial Empire is going to stand back over here, and then we'll drop that off as soon as we get that wall done. This dude over here is doing work. He's getting that government money right now. I really wish... Do I not have enough materials for it in the first place? A generic wall gate. I need 50 stone. I wonder why that's not working. Up to 4 units can be garrisoned inside your towers for protection. Yeah, go build me a tower then. Let's do some towers. Let's stay on top of our military production too now that we have money. It looks like we're a little bit ahead on food, so I can afford to drop a few more units over here. The other thing that we're going to need is as soon as you drop that off... There you go. I'm going to need you to come back over here, and we are going to need a couple more houses, I think. Yeah, so just kind of put those in. Build us another row of housing on that side. I love the way everything looks right now. The low-poly style of the game is absolutely fantastic, and I think it's a very good idea. Can I garrison them inside of there? Ah, there we go. Okay, so we've got towers on that side. Hopefully it's going to be good enough because the gate does not appear to be working. It doesn't want to be placed like anywhere. I don't know where the gate can actually be placed. It sounds like we're under attack because the music just changed, but I'm thinking the game is lying to me right now. I need 80 stone, which means that your new job is going to be to set up a stockpile right here. And then I need stone miners as well. So let's go ahead and get like 6 of those. 6 stone miners sounds perfectly fine to me. We are killing it on gold right now. It looks like we can make a Shangren. We can trade with other friendly and neutral markets, delivers goods, and brings back gold depending on the distance between the markets. If I take a look at our diplomacy menu, diplomacy is not available with the French right now. What does that little symbol mean right there? Oh, I can mute player. Gotcha. Okay, so diplomacy is not available. I can give tribute to them, but if diplomacy is not available yet, I guess I'm not going to worry about it. I assume that... Click that off. And with our tech trees, how are we doing up here? Advanced military development or advanced economic development? Let's go with advanced military development since we can afford that for right now. Can't we? Oh, we need 650 food. Never mind. I'm in a state of flux right now. I'm in a little state of flux. Ooh, those arrow towers doing work right there. Okay. That's what I like to see. You guys get to work. I am going to take... I need to get my military units separated from all the peasants. Those are swordsmen. They look kind of similar, though. They look kind of similar. Let's sit them in front of the gate for right now. You guys get to work. Bring me back stone. As much as you can plausibly carry. And on this side, give me a few more workers. You guys need to deploy to the main attack force. We can kind of move that around as necessary. I know we're just waiting for an attack from that side. But I'm going to take one of these workers. And we are going to start our big wall over here. I think the best place to go from is like right in between there. I'm going to see if there's a slot that I can fit it in. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That'll get done in just a minute, and that leaves us only exposed from two directions. We've got this problem over here, but I think that's going to be really easy to rectify. I should be able to go in and build a wall right there, and that should be all good. Let's go ahead and get you guys working real fast, and then a few more workers I don't think ever killed anybody. Am I still missing a worker over there? All right, give me another one so I can keep expanding out my row housing. Oh, I got more villagers. Hold on. My Zhangshis and my villagers all look kind of similar. There we go. I will take that over there. They've both got like that same brown tunic going on. Perfect. Keep the economy expanding. Keep things booming. We've got enough resources right now for advanced military development. So you best believe of what I'm gonna do. Because there ain't no blues for the Chinatown blues. Let's see here. You go down this way. And now that we've got a little bit of extra something, I would like for you to do that. I have archers over here, Nishaos. And they don't cost anything that I'm worried about. So I'm going to get 8 of them to man both these towers so I can get my spearmen back. They'll be inside the towers. They'll defend this wall. And hopefully if anything comes along that's being a little nasty, we can strike them off the list. Did my worker get stuck? What happened here? Yeah, I'm going to re-queue these up because I'm pretty sure they need to be re-queued up. But I need that wall to go up about as soon as possible. The faster that wall goes up, the happier Splatty will be as a camper. We've got a little bit of gold left. We are going to have to come up with a new gold supply pretty soon. I'm thinking that right there is the nearest one. There's stone off that way. I didn't plan this out very well. I did not plan this out very well. I should have made this wall a little bit further forward. Looks like we've got a second gold supply right there. Maybe I'll put in towers. Like I'll cancel these out right here. Are we capable of destroying here? What did that do? I can't decide if she's destroying or if she's building. I don't see a progress meter moving around anywhere, so I don't know. Either way, I need to shift this wall forward. I need to shift that wall well forward. So there's a couple of our archers right there. I'm going to go ahead and garrison them inside of there. It said it houses how many units on each one of those? Builder, and how many does it have? Up to 4 units. Good. So you dump guts real fast. I don't need you anymore. We will put the army out this way, and with our advanced military research, let's see what that got us. We've got Goji Changkang Bings. Sounds good to me. Let's upgrade them. Let's make them a little bit better. Let's make ourselves a little bit stronger. We got to protect ourselves up in here. That's no lie. We got a lot of enemies. We got a lot of problems. I don't know what she's doing right there. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what she's doing. I'll just have her finish the wall, and then I'll bulldoze it by hand. We'll knock out 2 or 3 sections so I can put in a stockpile like right here behind towers so people can go out and get gold from there once this mine runs out, which it seems like it's going to pretty shortly. Yeah, they're going through it pretty fast. I think we're going to run out over there, but we do have good wood supplies, which is great. I think it might also be time to expand our farms out. So I'm going to add another row of farms right there, and hopefully it works out for us. They're right next to the main stockpile, so I don't think I'll have to do too much with it. But we'll find out. We'll find out. My name is Splattercat. This game is called Empires Apart. If you like what you saw so far, can't get the game yet. It's releasing in March. This is the closed beta of the game. It's pretty cool, though. I'd keep an eye out on it if you're an RTS fan. I like what they got going on. It doesn't really diversify itself too much from Age of Empires, But the game's still in development. They're still adding things. They're still playing around with things and tweaking things. This is, after all, a closed play that's not available to the general public. And so I love the art style. I love the gameplay. I'm excited to see a few more RTSs join the genre. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. That's the best way to help my channel out, and it literally takes like a quarter of a second. Aside from that, if you wanted to hang out live, you can do that at Twitch TV/SplatterCatGaming every single day at 3 o'clock. And of course, if you wanted the latest and greatest in news, including my streaming schedule, you can go to twitter.com/SplatterCatGames. I will see you all later. How you do, everybody? Bye-bye.